Okay, building your first model. As you look at the Horvath market program, it's pretty simple. Case, it's pretty simple. Guy wants to create a grocery delivery service for his grocery store, and he knows certain facts that he's going to have to pay $9 an hour for his driver, that his truck lease is $300 a month, that insurance is going to cost him $200 a month, and that he can make up to 6 deliveries an hour. Now, after that, things would get a little hairier. But the first thing I did was I documented the facts that I knew of the case and put them all in the same place and gave them a color so it was clear that all of those things went together. The next thing I did is I looked at the question, and the question was, what would his profit be at various price levels? So my result that I want was profit, and so I knew I needed an income statement or an income statement like model in order to find that. And so I started my income statement, and I actually started my income statement working backwards. I said gross profit was equal to revenue minus total expense, because in this case, there really is no cost of goods sold. To get my total expenses, I need to know what my other expenses were. The truck lease was 300, which I got from here. The insurance is 200, which links to right here. And the driver's salary, well, the driver's salary was going to be the driver pay times I need some time numbers, and I didn't have them, so I had to make assumptions. So just like I documented the facts of the case, I also went and documented the assumptions that I made. So I assumed that there was 20 work days a month, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, and I assumed that he would only be working 8 hours a day. But by documenting them all in the same place, I make it easy for Sammy to come behind me and go, no, actually, we're going to be working 12 hours a day, and to see how that would affect the profit resulting in his model. But however you do it, once you make the assumptions, then I could say that the driver's salary was equal to the pay per hour times the hours per day times the days per month. Total those together, I get my I'll get my expenses, and as I said, gross profit is equal to revenue minus total expense. Okay, so see what we're doing here? We started the model working backwards. Now, revenue is, generally speaking, price times quantity. And my quantity I should be able to figure out from the stuff I have at hand. 6 deliveries per hour, 8 hours a day, 20 days per month means that my quantity is going to be 960. Again, it leaves Sammy the ability to play with the numbers and see what happens when he adjusts things slightly. Let's say if he wants to go to a 30-day month or what have you. Any rate, the other thing that revenue was dependent upon was quantity. Was price, but price is an input. It said in the case that he didn't know what price to charge. So I coded that yellow to show that it was a decision needed to be made by the user of the model. And if I had more than one decision, I would put all of those together and give them all the same color code to show that they're alike. And then once we're done, we end up with a model that is very easy for someone to use and take a look at, okay, what happens if I charge $4? What happens if I charge $5 per delivery? What happens if I charge $1? And what have you. And this is your basic model. Now let's keep in mind that as I work through the operant part of the model, the little mini income statement that I did here, there's no numbers in my model that aren't coded. All of my numbers are coded as either data, assumption, or input. When you get to the actual model, all of this is references to the other numbers, the labeled numbers in my model. Here all I have is equations or just an equals and a reference to a data point or an assumption or an input. And this is to keep things simple and to make it so that when somebody needs to change something, they don't need to go hunting through the model to find everywhere that you reference the fact that there was 20 days in a month, or for instance. All they have to do is change it in this one place, 30 days per month, 12 hours a day, and they can see just how that will change the outcome, which in this case is gross profit.